Life, come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for the family. Not just for yourself, I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder that could teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black-owned firm, but we ain't all black.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. What's going on, good people out there in Facebook land and Periscope land and YouTube land and every other land? What's happening? How are you guys doing? Welcome. Come on in. Enjoy yourself. Relax. And we're going to have a good time tonight. I'm super excited. And I see y'all coming in. I see quite a few of you guys coming in. So this is good. This is great. I got a treat for you guys tonight. But while you guys are coming in, I want you to put in the comments box. You know how we do it. This is a dialogue and not a monologue. What's up, Jeffrey Hendricks? This is a dialogue and not a monologue. So, you know, I like for you guys to talk back to me, talk black to me. I don't want this to be a just one-sided conversation or a two-sided conversation. We want you to join us today. So put in the comments box where you're hailing from, what part of the world, because we know we have people that listen from all over the world, whether you are in North Carolina, New York, DC, whether you're right here in California, or you might be in the Midwest in Missouri, Florida. I know we have people from all over the place that actually tune in to us every single night between 6 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Eastern. I know that. So tell us where you at. And we appreciate you always coming in. What's up, Ann Dorsey from beautiful California? What's happening? Where are you guys? Where's everybody else from? I see Facebook users from Elk Grove. I don't even know who that is. I wonder if that's Shari. I wonder if that's today's guest. I wonder. So I got a treat for y'all tonight. This is going to be so good. But before we get started, listen, you're listening to Fly Nubia Queen, the channel for melanated people just like you and you and you. So as you are coming in, I want to make sure that you're subscribing to the Fly Nubian Queen YouTube and Facebook page. Also, make sure you subscribe. What's up, Letitia? Make sure you subscribe to Nobody Works Harder Than Constance Carter on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Because I got a lot of good content, not just on here, but just good content in general. I'm just doing some really amazing things that I really want you guys to be a part of. Okay. So as you come in and make yourself comfortable, I have a treat for you. I want to tell you about something that I'm doing with the Fly Nubian Queen. I'm partnering to help you to get your credit right. All right. Listen, how many people here have challenged credit? How many people? Well, you may or may not want to say, but I know you might have challenged credit. Your mom and them might have challenged credit. Somebody in your family might have challenged credit. Okay. I know we all know somebody that may have some challenged credit. So I want to make sure that you go to flynubiancredit.com to sign up for our credit seminar that we're offering exclusively for all our Fly Nubian Queen viewers. So go to flynubiancredit.com and sign up for how to get your credit right. All right. So, I mean, whether we're talking about business credit or personal credit, and this young lady right here that I'm going to have on here, her name is Sharie Wilson. I'm so excited. She is one of my good girlfriends. And every time I see the things that she's doing, I get so inspired. So you guys, right now, share this out to every platform that you have. Share this information out because you do not want to miss this. The last time I had her on my show, it almost damn near went viral. I mean, so many people shared it. So many people were tuned in and so many people were inspired by my girlfriend Sharie's story. And if you don't know, you really need to get to know who she is. I am so excited about having her. Her youthful spirit and her positive outlook and her enthusiasm for her craft have been the driving force behind her continued success. She's a wife. She's a mother of 6. You heard me? Now, if you see this beautiful young lady, you would not know that she's a mother of 6. She's a successful business owner. I know. I didn't see her P&L, so I know she's very successful. She is proof that with hard work and dedication, you can achieve anything that you want. She's the owner of Dream Girls Fine Hair Imports and Salon in Elk Grove and also in Los Angeles. She's a co-owner of the first African-American cosmetology school in Sacramento, California. Okay. Mixed Institute Cosmetology and Barber. Her passion for her business has extended well beyond her salons. Let me tell you some other things she does. She launched her healthy hair care program system that accumulates. She just did this last year. I remember when she launched this, y'all. This is why I want you guys to listen and share this, because she's going to inspire you to be able to do the same thing. During COVID, she launched her healthy hair care system. Now, I've been there. I've seen proof of what Dreamgirls has been able to do. And she's made $2.5 million within her first year of launching this healthy hair care system. Come on now. Come on. Her thriving business has been highlighted in so many media outlets. I've seen her on Forbes. She's been in Essence, Black Enterprise, and like dozens more magazines. Despite raising a large family and having multiple businesses, because this is not the only thing she does, she continues to give back to the community. And this is what I love about Sharie the most, is because she continues to give back to the community. She pays people's college tuitions, y'all. She has paid people's rent. Sharie, let me hold some. She paid their bills for people who have financial needs during these hard times. She also holds these free workshops, these women empowerment workshops at her salons. She's making use of her salon so she can give back to the community any way you can get it. Just inspiring folks, y'all. She hosts a podcast called Level Up with Sharie Wilson, where women of all backgrounds around the world come together, and they help to motivate and encourage women, young and old. Young and old. Did I say young and old? Young people and old people, so that they can take action for the life of their life goals. Her ambitious nature, her hard work ethic, and her huge heart, they continue. This is what I know about Sharie. Let me tell you about, okay, I'll tell you in a minute. They help positively influence Sacramento's community. Let me tell you something. Sharie turned 40 last year. I was invited to her 40th birthday party. Do you know at her 40th birthday party, she gave out gifts she didn't want to receive no gifts. She gave out gifts to everybody. She gave out awards to everybody. She wanted to be able to honor other people who have impacted her life. Like, that's what type of person she is. And, God always honors people who love to give back. God honors people who have their hands out to give, because then they're open to receive. And you see, I'm telling you, the rule, the principle is that when you are you're open and willing to give, God is always going to honor and give you back. And that's how she lives her life. And that's the reason why she's so blessed. She's from the streets of South Central L.A., came down to Northern California, and is making a killing. But the biggest thing is that she's having an impact on other people's lives. And that's the biggest thing. Yeah, she made $2.5 million last year. Yeah. But more importantly, what is she doing to impact the lives of others? And that's what you have to ask yourself. So I'm going to bring on my girlfriend, Miss Shari Wilson. What's happening, mama?
Oh, hi, Con. That was a great introduction.
Oh my God. I am so freaking proud of you, Shari. You have done so many amazing things. Just looking at your life and just seeing you over the past, I've probably known you. When did we do the Capital City Legends Ball? That was like 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was it 14 or 15?
14, I think. So like, I've been knowing you for about 7, 8 years. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you've always been successful ever since I've met you, but to see your growth and how exponential it is has been amazing. Tell us about like your childhood. How were you raised? How did you come to work from where you are to where you are today? Where you were to where you are today?
I was raised with a mother and a father in one household. I was raised with my oldest brothers, 2 older brothers, 1 baby brother, and a sister. And you know what? We all took something different from our household, all of us. My brother served, I think, 30 years in prison. He is home now. Have a great testimony, but he spent 30 years. He went in when he was 17. We all tried to, be badass kids in the streets, but my sister was the good one. And when I turned 16, I tried to follow my brother's footsteps. And when I turned 16, I remember my sister gave me a makeover, and she was like, "Not you." you ain't going down that road. I mean, I was a straight tomboy, and I never looked back. And my sister, my mom, my dad, they just always instilled in me what I can be, even when at times when I was growing up I heard the negative things like, you know, she's bad, or she gonna end up just like so and so, and she gonna end up having all these kids, and she's gonna be this and she's gonna be that. But I remember as I grew up, I remember how that affected me. And my goal was to prove some of those people wrong. Like, I can be, I will be. So I took something that was a wound and I turned it into what gassed me to go like full fledged. And yeah, yeah.
That is dope. So when did you moved? You were in LA. When did you move to Southern California or Northern California?
You know what? I moved to Northern California in 20, I was, I think it's 2000, 2000.
Okay.
I graduated high school in 1997. I went to Cal State Northridge. I ended up getting pregnant, and I ended up moving out to Northern California with my son's father, my ex-husband. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then you went from what? So like did you start off doing hair, or how did you start off? Because I want them to really understand like how humble your beginnings were. Like you started out like washing hair and sweet, like tell them how
Oh,
you
yeah.
did it.
Well, I started off being my sister's assistant. My mom, my sister did hair in high school, and she did hair also in college. And I started off being her assistant. And I used to say she slaved me. I mean, I was always late to prom, always late to homecoming. I was late to everything because I was so busy helping her get everybody else ready. And of course, I was always the last one. So I did everything. When she realized I could start pressing hair, I did everything from washing, blow drying, and pressing. And then she'll come in and do the last, little bit of stuff and get paid. And I didn't get nothing. My payment was my free hairdo. Not
Oh
knowing
my
later
God.
on, she really taught me a craft that took me this far. So
So let me ask you, what sets your business apart? Because I know that there are a lot of hair salons. Because you now your healthy hair care system, of course, it generated a ton of money. But before that, you had a hair salon, which is Dream Girls. You had one in Elk Grove, one in L.A. You made a killing just in your salon before you even started that. So what set you apart? Because there are a lot of struggling hairstylists out there. What made
oh
you
yeah.
different?
You know what? It's funny that you say that because I've been hearing, especially since I got this car. Oh, Shari got that SBA and this
Oh, is
PPP
that what
loan.
they say?
Oh, that's what they said. And I'm like, I've been driving luxury cars for the last 15 years.
This one right here,
That car right
the
there.
Bentley. Yes. Okay. They
But
said you use the PPP for that, huh?
I'm like, y'all must be new following me. Y'all don't know me. But it's crazy because Constance, a lot of people just think that hairstylists, we make 30,000, 40,000 a year because of what we report on our bank statement, right? Nobody wants to report what they really make. But
Right.
I knew because of my sister and my mom, you want to report what you make because you want to be able to buy the house. You want to be able to buy investments. So, yeah, when I first decided, first of all, I did not want to do hair because of what the stereotype was, right? Like, hairstylist is just a hustle, it's really not a business. And I remember going into corporate out here. I worked at Cintas as a sales rep. And I always wanted to be in sales because you can determine how much money you can make. You can, if you want to stop selling and be lazy, then hey. But if you want to go and hustle hard, then you could just keep hustling and make as much money as you want to. So I said I wanted to be in sales. And then what happened was when I moved out here to Northern California, I started doing hair at home because I couldn't find anybody to do my hair. Everybody wanted to throw a relaxer on my hair. And I'm like, no, I want to press. So I just started pressing my hair, and people started asking me who did my hair. And I was like, oh, I do it. So then I started doing hair after I went to my 9 to 5. And my house turned into like a complete salon. I was so packed from 6 p.m. to like 11 p.m. at night. I had one baby then, and I was just working like crazy. And one day I remember talking to my mom, and I'm like, Mom, do you know I made more money tonight than I did today working my 9 to 5 at this corporate job, you know? And she was just like, you should just do hair full time. And I just did. I think the next day I went and I found out about the apprenticeship program. I met Tracy Brown and Rob Brown at another look salon. And I went to them and I asked them, I said, I don't have my license, but I heard you do the apprenticeship program. Can I work underneath you? And I remember Tracy saying, mm-mm, we ain't doing that. And I just was like, listen, I promise you, you know, I'll be the best. And she gave me a chance. And I started working for Tracy and I ended up getting my cosmetology license like 2 years later. So I was working in the salon as an apprentice. I ended up working hard. I gave it my all. I ended up being the salon manager. Wow. It was drama a little bit in that salon. They used to call me the gopher, that I used to kiss Rob and Tracy behind. But I just knew I came there to learn. I came there to get as much as possible from them. I wanted to really know how to run a salon and how to run a business. And I gave it my all. I mean, I treated their salon like it was my salon. And 5 years later, guess who they thought about when they wanted to open up a cosmetology school and a barbering school? Me.
So let me ask you something, because you talk about doing hair as a hustle. And then I know a lot of times people may look down at hairstylists. Has there ever been a time, or have there been many times, or a time that you can share where like people looked at you like, even though you made the money, they looked at you like you weren't as important or you weren't as equal to them because you do hair? Like, even though you make the same amount of money as some doctors, like, but you not on our level. Have you ever had those moments? Or
all the time. I remember, Constance, I remember being in a room in an organization that I was a part of. And I won't say which organization this was. And I remember me sitting there, and I remember a lady was speaking, and she's deceased now, but I remember her looking around and she saw me and she said, I remember it was a time we never allowed a hairdresser to be a part of this organization. And how I felt, I was right in the middle of the aisle, and it was a group meeting. And I'm like, wow. First of all, I was embarrassed. And then I saw my head going down. And then I just realized, like, this right here is some BS, you know? And then I remember one of my mentors, she stood up and she said, she's not just a hairstylist. She's an entrepreneur. She's a business owner. She's this, she's that. But I remember her taking up for me, but I remember saying to myself, but I'm just a hairstylist. Because that's what I am first. I'm a hairstylist. And I could name you so many other hairstylists that kind of felt the same way. We always look down on. Everybody always think this is just a hustle. And one thing when I said when I wanted to start this business and open up my own salon is that I want to change the way we're looked at. You know, I want to change the way people look at our career. And that's one of the things I do at my school is I have a huddle session where I think you came one time, Constance, to the huddle. And it's it's early in the morning and we get the students ready for the week. And I want to just show them how to take this business and really take it to this next level. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar. Women, we take care of ourselves. Across the board, from I don't care, Black women, Hispanic women, white women, we take care of ourselves. It's no reason why people look at us as the very bottom tier of careers. You know,
that's crazy. And you know that when you talk about the huddle session, you had me come over there to the huddle session. This is what I love about Shari, is because she's like, I want to bring other people in so that my students, this is in Mixed Institute, which is her cosmetology school. Oh, by the way, first Black-owned cosmetology school in Sacramento. Okay, so she had me come in and speak to her students about credit, because she was like, once you get your license, now there's real life. Now there's real world. Now you're going to have to go out there and do some real things. And I want to make sure that you're not only able to do hair, but you're able to make investments. You're able to create wealth. And that's what I love about what you did. And oh, by the way, you guys, I've partnered with Fly Nubian Queen to do Get Your Credit Right. and that is going to be June 12th, in a couple of weeks, June 12th. So make sure you go to flynubiancredit.com so that you can register, because we are doing this for you for the very same reasons, so that we can help you to build your credit so you can build your wealth. So what happened? What other types of speakers did you have come into your school?
How to set up your LLC. What's the difference between an LLC, a C Corp, or S Corp? Why is it so important? You know, just really giving them the foundation to start off right, learning how to save your money. What do you need to buy a house? You know, it's just, we teach them everything that I hear people say, I wish I knew, that I knew only because my sister and my mom was like, no, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this. A lot of us in this hair business, we don't know, right? So we don't do what we know.
Right.
And so what I want to do, what we wanted to do, my other business partners, was really set our students up to be successful day one.
They come out.
Oh, they come out. They know.
And I was so surprised about the diversity. Like when I got there, I thought it was going to be all Black folks. And it absolutely wasn't. I was like, oh, right. But that was so cool, is that, you know, it was so diverse and you guys were just able to pour into everybody. I thought that was really cool. How do you market the school? Because you guys just got to a place where you're getting like financial aid too, right?
Oh, yeah, we're fully accredited, and we take financial aid. We do everything. So absolutely,
they printing money over there. Come on.
Well, listen, it's not fully coming in yet, but we are.
But this is the reason why she's driving a Bentley, y'all. Just saying.
You know, honestly, Constance, I haven't. And I'm not sure if it's too TMI. Rob gonna be like, Shari, you talk too much, but we haven't really got paid from the school. Everything is staying at the school because we really want to buy a building. You know, so none of the owners, we haven't got paid. All the money reinvesting. Yes, all the money is going back into the business. All the money is going to where we can purchase a building, so we can really do things that we want to help our students.
So, Shari, what inspired you to like really want to make a difference in other people's lives?
You know what, Constance, that's the rule of thumb. Like, God bless you, not for you, not for him to just for you to be successful, but he blessed you so you could be a blessing to someone else. I'm just a vessel. And so the more God give me is the more I'm obligated to do for his people. Period. You know, and I think that's just my heart. I love trying to figure out how to give to someone and how to be a blessing to someone. You know, right now I don't have a home church, so I give my tithes and I figure out, you know, if God tells me I need you to write the check to this person, that's what me and my husband do. We write the check to that person. If God tells us to find somebody to whatever, that's how we give.
I was telling my dad that I was telling my dad that one day, you know, how, you know, traditionally we're taught that you need to bring your tithes into the church. And I said, Dad, how many thousands of dollars have you brought, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars probably over his life that he's brought into the church, but your mom lives in a shack in liberal Kansas? Like, you should be blessing her instead of blessing that church. And so I think that we should look at things like a little bit differently, in that how can we really affect change to an individual person or individual people, rather than, you know, the traditional ways. I love the fact that you're doing that. I think that's amazing.
Yeah. You know, if I belong to a church and the pastor is pouring into me, I'm definitely would give him my tithes, and I would give my offering to wherever God tells me to give my offering.
Right.
But in this season in my life, God is telling me to give my tithes and my offering to his people, and he'll direct the people that he want me to give it to. So,
and blessings just keep coming in.
Oh, they keep coming, Constance. Keep coming. And I'm so blessed. I mean, God is good, and I give him all the glory. Seriously, because I hear him talking. Not too long ago, I heard him tell me he needed me and my husband to give $2,500 to this nurse that's in Sacramento. And I'm like, ew, God, she got money. She don't need it. And he said, I need you to do what I said. So he said, the testimony is no one have never done this for them. So I'm like, okay, guys. So I'm looking, okay, I put all the money in a box, as a red box, and I picked up some makunis and I took it to her house. And I told her, don't open it until your husband's able to open it with you. So I gave her a kiss. I said, I left her a little video message talking about how she gave to so many people. I mean, when COVID happened, she was holding people's hands as they died, as their family members was outside the hospital. So these nurses have been through so much. Her dad ended up getting COVID. And then her mom ended up getting COVID. Her dad was in the hospital. She kept taking off. So I said, okay, God, I know that she's been off of work, but I know she got a savings because she's like that, So anyway, she sent me a video of her husband opening the package. And so he was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Look at this. And she's like, oh my gosh. And then I was just quiet and I heard him say, no one have never done this.
Wow, look at God.
Before. Exactly what God said the testimony was going to be is what he said. And it was just like, okay, God, moving forward, I'm never going to question what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I love it. What are some people, or who are some people that inspire you?
Oh,
your mom, your sister, right?
Yeah, my mom, rest in peace. My dad, my sister, definitely. And even my husband, man, Marcel has grown so much spiritually, and just his testimony outside of them. You inspire me, Constance. You're always on the move doing big things. It's a lot of women out here in Sacramento that really do I look up to, that it kind of pull me too. But big people outside, I would say, everybody always say this, but I really, really enjoy Oprah, and I like to hear her testimony because she's been at the bottom. And she's another person that's always trying to give back to other people. So I'm inspired by Oprah. I am.
Tell me some of the things, like some of the other ways that you like to pour into people, because I know you have your podcast. Tell us a little bit about that, and then how can people find that so they can be poured in too?
Right. You want me to talk about my podcast? I'm sorry. What you say?
Yeah, your podcast.
My podcast was Level Up. My podcast was created just to be a blessing to other people. I really want to tell people that it's not that hard. It's just about how the words that we speak to ourselves, our surroundings. Me and my girlfriend Miko was just talking about this the other day. Just being around other people that's going to hold you accountable and it's going to push you to be better, right? I also think that when I created Level Up with Shari Wilson, I think sometimes the church don't tell us everything we need to know about how we have the power to manifest the things that's in our life. And that's good or bad, because I'm watching people out here manifesting big things, right? Yeah. And they does it when they speak, you don't hear God in their mouth, but the law doesn't change.
Right. It's a universal principle.
It's a principle. It's the principle. So if you follow these principles, you're going to get results. But my goal is to have people follow the principle, but at the end, you have the peace, the joy, the love, the wholeness, the fruits of the spirit. And so when I created Level Up, it was really to connect being successful, being okay with having nice things, driving nice cars, and living life to the fullest, but also being okay to recognize that God is the one who is giving it to you. That's, people say be humble, right? And I'm like, okay, humble is like being, oh, don't say that. No, it's okay. Yeah, I did it. No, but humility is saying, I got all this. But and God is the one who gave it to me, and so we're taught to kind of dumb down our success, but I'm here to not dumb it down, but really yell it loudly so people can know you can do it too. And here's the principles, here's the laws, and it's easy. It's so easy. It's just speaking things out your mouth, counseling things that's been spoken over you. Come on, spelling. I always say words is putting spells out. So once you put it out there, it's hard for you to really catch it and bring it back in. Watch what you're saying. Watch what you're saying to yourself. I just read a post and it said, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. But it said the weapon that's forming against you is yourself in your mind. So we catch that, man, That's half the battle right there. That's half
Wow.
the battle because we speak negative stuff against ourselves
Mm.
all the time.
I always say, speak life because your words are prophetic. So the
Yes.
things that you say, you are prophesying over yourself, over your situation, over your circumstance. Everything that comes out of your mouth is what's going to happen. And people really need to understand. And I always say, God has blessed me to be able to just manifest things. Like I don't have a problem in manifesting abundance like you. Like we can manifest certain things in our lives. It's because we believe in that principle. And like you said, not everybody is saying that it was God that did it. Because oftentimes all we got to do is speak it out of our mouths. But the key to it that I love that you said is recognizing to whom which all your blessings flow.
Yes.
And when you do that, I mean, now you 10xing it. Now you really, and just like you said, you got the joy, you got the peace, you got all the other things that come along with it, because you could have abundance, you could have everything that you want in the world. But if you don't have joy and peace and all of those other things, your life is still going to be miserable.
Man, you have to go in and do some self-evaluation and take out all that ugly stuff that we end up having in us. And I think the last 2 years, I've done a lot of self-correction, self-help. I mean,
like how? Tell us about it.
Just looking at myself, looking at some of the things that I was dealing with and really dealing with it. Even with my marriage, man, that's a testimony. And me and Marcel said we were going to talk about that one day. But how I spoke those things up out of my mouth early on about some of the issues that we was having, and how God showed me that I was the problem and the solution.
Oh.
And God showed him that he was the problem and the solution. And really taking responsibility, right, of the things that's happening in your life, becoming a better listener, asking the right questions. It's just, before I just want to talk. Now I want to listen. I just want to listen to what people have to say.
So what are some practices that you do every day? Like, what do you do? Do you get up, you pray, you meditate? What do you do daily?
You know what? First thing in the morning, I listen to the word. I listen to some type of word. Now my husband wakes up and he put church on as he get ready. And then I have not notebooks, but I have pads all over my room. And I have goals that I'm trying to reach. And I have daily goals, monthly goals, yearly goals. I look over that. And then I start speaking things over my life. I start declaring things over my life. And I really just spend time just listening, not so much asking God, well, God, I need this, God, I need that, but just really meditating and just listening to his voice, because he's going to guide you. He's going to guide you. And he showed me some things that I had to change. You know how you always look at a situation, you like, well, she did this and she did that. Well, what did you do? And sometimes you probably didn't do anything so bad. I had a situation real fast where I was giving people information for my contractor for my landscaping. And it was a few people. And I had one person tell me, have a little attitude. Well, he's grown, or he can make his own decisions, or this is his business, or whatever they said. And I was so hurt. But God had to show me, right? He said, well, why did you give him up so fast? Did he complete the vision that I gave you? First of all, I blessed you with this guy who was so reasonable to
go and give him to me, but go ahead.
I will listen. He said, not only did I give you the blessing, but he was able to perform the vision that I gave you. He said, but before he was finished with the vision I gave you, you ran off and was giving him to other people. So what did you do? So I had to sit back and say, oh, okay. I get it now. I moved too fast. I spoke too fast. I did things too fast, And now I'm sitting back like, oh, well, he's not coming back to my house crying about it. Now my husband's mad at me. But I try to look not what that person said to me that really hurt me, because I felt like I was doing a good deed. But I look at it like, okay, what could I have done different? And then I correct things, because you could do good things out of God's will all the time. And that's what I'm learning. So,
I think that, Shari, like what you're saying about sitting there and just listening, because I think a lot of times, especially like really high power, successful women, and I'll just speak to women, we like to feel like we're in control. We go, we do, and then we don't really sit back and listen. And so then sometimes God has to say, wait a minute, time out. And then he has to put things in our lives so that we'll sit back and say, okay, what is it that I really need to learn in this season? Because that's happened to me. Like just going. I got the vision. I'm in control. I got blah, 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 right? And then God had to say, stop. I want you to be still. Yes. And I want you to just sit back and listen. And you don't really want God to sit y'all down, guys. You don't really want God to say, hey, P gang, sit down. So my advice to the people listening is try to have balance in everything that you do. Because you could be successful. Yeah, you could be, feel like you're in control. Yeah, you could be doing all these things and very successful and high powered and a boss and bodacious and all of those things. But make sure you have time to sit back and just listen.
And just listen.
That is extreme.
Let him guide you. Let him guide you. Me and my husband were just talking, and we were just talking about how much peace we have in our home and in our relationship. But a lot of things that we had, I have a mouth. It was never no infidelity in our relationship, but it was control on both ends, right? But when we let go of trying to control, God was able to be in control, and everything just starts smoothing out. Wow. He showed my husband, he showed me, myself, and we came in alignment with what God wanted for our marriage, and not so much of what we wanted and how we looked and what we wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? It's just self-correction is the best correction.
Self-correction is the best correction. I'm telling y'all don't want God to correct you.
No.
Because he will set you all the way down.
He'll warn you. Take the warning. Take the warning, and that's it.
He put people in your place to let you know, hey, listen, I used to be like this. God, I don't need you to make me out of no example. I see her. But, again, sometimes God has to say, hey, slow down. Let's, I just want you to hear from me. I just want you to listen. But it's often, God's correction is the best correction, because when you come out of it, you're going to come out of it greater, stronger, wiser, clearer. There's nothing like clarity.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in the fog.
And with God, he wants you to make sure you take care of your home first. That's the first ministry. I remember back in the days, my husband used to say, you out here doing this, that, this, and that, and you ain't home.
Because you trying to take care of everybody else.
Yeah. And at first I was like, well, what you mean? I used to get mad, go right back, and I had to realize this is my first ministry. Yeah. And everything I do outside of this house is secondary.
Right. You got enough for a church at home.
Yeah, but how we get as women, right? We're trying to open up this. We're trying to open up this business. We're trying to get this going. We're trying to get that. And now, since I've really kind of sat down, I'm making more money doing less.
Me too.
Than I was when I was doing all that what I was doing.
Let's talk about your businesses, because I know we talked about Dream Girls. I know we talked about Mixed Institute. What other businesses are you into right now?
Well, I had the boutiques. I had one in Osac, one in El Grove, and then one in Folsom. And again, I broke out in shingles because I was doing too much. And, we opened up the school. But what else? We have the product line. My husband has Starstruck. That's doing really good.
Her husband has a clothing line called Starstruck. So you guys make sure you pick it up. Where do you go? Starstruck.com? But Struck is spelled STRUK.
Yes.
Starstruck.com.
Yeah. And what else are we doing? That's it. I think that's it.
You doing enough. Yeah. Let's talk about this product line, because first of all, they say hair is liquid gold. If you can get into the hair business, that's like money. You printing money. I know somebody that's doing that's into hair. She's making like $1 million a year in hair, just selling hair. And she said people will make minimum wage, but they're gonna pay $700-800 for hair. Because that's how important hair is. And then like you got proof. The proof is in the pudding. Like if you go to Shari's Instagram, what's your Instagram? I am Shari Wilson, right?
I am Shari Wilson, yeah.
Yeah, I am Shari Wilson. If you go to her Instagram, you'll see like where the before and the after. Like here's my hair was right here. Now my hair is way down here. So the proof is there. Like they have the proof. But what do you think has caused your product line to go from zero? Because you started this like around COVID, right?
Well, we started before, but we launched.
Yeah.
We launched in March, and we was gonna hold off.
Wait a minute. You launched the day that, or the month that they shut us all down.
Yes, and we was planning our grand open, our launch party in SAC and in LA.
Wow.
And my sister, we was like, we should just push it back or just wait. And we just heard God say, no, now, no, now. And actually, us being shut down, I wasn't going to work. She wasn't going to work. We was able to really sit down and push this product line and really spread the word. We was traveling back and forth from New York to Atlanta. Anyway, so everybody knew about our product line, well, not product line. They knew about the healthy hair care program, and we decided to launch the product line because we was tired of going to New York. I was tired of going to Atlanta. I mean, it was draining.
What were you going out there for?
We was doing a healthy hair care program. We would spend 4 days just doing hair. I mean, we did like 30 heads a day. Me and my sister.
Oh, wow.
Putting people in the program. And then we'll come back in 12 weeks, take their weave down, put them back up. I mean, we kept doing it. We did it for almost 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you launched.
And then in March, we launched a product line, and it went crazy. What happened was we didn't take any loans out. Me and my sister, we have never took any type of loan out for our businesses.
Okay.
But what we decided to do, we didn't want to use our savings. We decided to do a sale just to gauge where people was at. And so we did a pre-sale. We told everybody the product would be there in 8 weeks. We had the bottling, we had everything. That first weekend we put it on sale, that pre-sale. We sold 30, like I want to say a little bit over 30,000. Yeah.
From the pre-sale.
So that was our seed money.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that is dope. And then I always tell people about, like, especially my agents, right? Because you know, sales is about marketing, and you have to have marketing dollars if you want to have sales, and so you have to put money into your marketing. What would you say the rule of thumb for you in terms of putting the money into your marketing to be able to get the sales that you need? What's the rule of thumb? So what percentage of dollars would you put in order to get the result?
I would say
you want to make $100,000. How much money would you put in
for 100,000?
Mm-hmm.
Probably, I say 10%. I say at least between 10 and 20%. It depends. Especially with the advertising on social media, it can go up and down. But I would say a good 10%. You know, so if I want to make 1,000, I'm gonna advertise 100.
So here's what I be telling people, telling my agents on my sales call. Y'all know my friend Sharie Wilson? She made this amount of money. And this is how much money she puts into her business. And here's the rule of thumb. And here's the proof. This is what she does. And this is her return on investment. So if you guys want to make this amount of money, then you need to be willing to put these amount of dollars into your marketing.
You have to, Constance. At 1 month, say if we do 260, right? 260,000 a month. We're spending about 30,000 in advertising. And because there's still people we haven't reached, even though we have all this consistent money coming in, it's still people we haven't reached. So you have to invest in yourself. If it's in marketing, if it's in classes, if it's in seminars, if it's in coaching, getting coached, you have to invest in yourself. And especially with marketing right now, it makes no sense why everyone's not doing great, because social media is the platform to where if you throw some dollars in boosting, if you throw some dollars in promoting your stuff, it's going to work. It's going to work.
Yeah. So are you coaching other business owners, Shari?
I'm not coaching other business owners, but I do have a few people that I am coaching, just trying to get their credit right, showing them what I did, people who's trying to get savings. Of course, I coach the people at my salon, but you know, I'm thinking about opening up to other entrepreneurs as well.
Speaking of credit, I just want to make sure that you guys are signing up to Fly Nubian Credit, because I'm doing a seminar on how to get your credit right. But my girl Shari, she was one of the first people to read my bookkeeping score. Yes. And she increased her credit score with the information from the book. So
100 points.
Come on, y'all.
In 1 month.
Come on, y'all.
And so I got the receipts.
And she was screenshotting me and everything. Look, I did this. So make sure you sign up for flynubiancredit.com so that you can get in this seminar, how to get your credit right. And it's exclusively on Fly Nubian Queen. So listen, Shari, your I just really want to really inspire people, or I want to really talk to people because your story is so inspiring. Going from like nothing to like sales of $2.5 million. It wasn't easy. It didn't happen overnight, but I want you to give them some words of like, what can they do? Like, say they ain't got no credit, they ain't got no money, but they really just have a dream. What are some things that you can advise them to do in order to get themselves in a position so they can do what you do? You know what, Constance, you're looking at somebody. When I moved out here, and I wanted to prove to people that I could make it. And in the beginning, when I first had my two youngest, I was at the welfare office on Elk Grove Boulevard. Wow. Okay. I was on getting the money for food stamps and getting medical. And so I remember being in my home and we're bringing generators in because my smug got cut off. I remember being in the line at not Arco, but Cow Expo, trying to get NACAs to help me pay your bill, pay my house note, and get my house out of foreclosure. You know, I remember not having enough. I remember when they came and took my car, and I had to play it off at the salon and said, "Oh, they're just coming to fix it," but it was the repo man. So I've been at the bottom. You know, I always had a family that supported me, but I always wanted to get myself out of things. You know, I kept grinding. And even when it got hard, I kept speaking life. I kept saying what I was going to be. I kept saying it's going to work. You know, I kept a good heart. I treated people good. I never tried to scam or undercut anybody. And if you stay faithful to who you are, your authentic self, and who God has called you to be, and if he told you to do something, you better believe he's going to make sure you're going to be on top with it. And so just stay faithful. Stay faithful, get in alignment, speak that you want to yourself. And I really want you guys to understand that, like, Shari has suffered so much loss in the last couple of years. Your mom passed away, then your dad passed away, then your big brother passed away, and you are still so inspiring. And I know like those things like had to knock you on your knees, you know, and a lot of people can't, those are things that a lot of people can't recover from. How were you able to recover and just keep going? Man, I can hear my mama say, you could do it, you know, even with the car, baby, you can do it, just do it. I just know that my mom and dad dream was for their kids to be on top. And so, yes, it breaks my heart. Yes, I still cry. I miss my mommy, especially Baba. I miss my dad too, but I especially miss my mom to death. That was me and my sister, just sidekick, you know. And I remember y'all were close. You guys were so close. Very close. Very, very close. And now what I do for her. And I know how she loved her grandkids and how she'll do anything for them. So my goal is to make sure her grandkids don't go without and do the things that she would have done and say the things that she would have said, you know. But I miss them. I miss my brother, my dad. You know, I lost all of them between a year and a half. So and hard. But God. But God. So, I thought it was so cool that you just hosted, like, Shari's house is the bomb, you guys. And if you would have seen what her house looked like before, oh my God, she has this what? How many acres you want? Like 5? No, it's 3. 3? Yeah. But it's like was it a farm style house? Yeah. Unassuming, but you were just looking at the land, and then you just like, I mean, the house, like she has weddings. So that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, how did you go from hosting your husband's baby mama's wedding. Like that is like some real boss sister stuff. Like you can actually like, cause y'all didn't always get along, right?
Well, I don't think it's that we didn't get along. I think we bumped heads before, and it was because sometimes I probably was in her lane, or sometimes she was probably over here in mine, or it's at the end of the day. At the end of the day, somebody posted, I think Odessa said, you always accepted the baby mamas. And it was my ex-husband's baby mama, Ashley's, my stepdaughter's mom. She said, you always accepted the baby mamas. And I laughed because that's always just been my heart. My whole thing has been, if we can all get together, we can raise some amazing kids. And when the kids feel the division, that's when the lack of confidence come into place.
Right.
And so what happened was Lauren ended up getting a boyfriend, and she was coming around, and I told Marcel, I said, God said, you're supposed to be in his life. I said, and he was like, they was bumping heads a little bit in the beginning. And first he didn't hear me. And then I told him again, I said, God said, you're supposed to be in his life. I said, you're supposed to mentor him. And Marcel didn't hear me. And let me tell you, they start talking and they start realizing they had so much in common. And my husband became his mentor. And they are good friends now. And so we just all just came together, and we just been hanging out ever since. It's been 3 or 4 years since the closeness. And Lauren and T was going to go to the courthouse, but what happened was her mom or our son couldn't go. And so Marcel, I was like, well, what do you think about having it here? And he was like, yeah. And so he told them, and they was on board, and I helped plan it. I did her hair. I did her makeup. It was such a joy. It was. Wow. Because at the end of the day, it's nothing to be mad about. It's no hate. She was with Marcel for years. Evidently, it was something about her that he loved. Okay. He has a child by her. So for us to honor her and T the way we did, it just made Burner stand tall and say, that's my dad. That's my stepmom,
Wow.
It's just a joy. Yeah. It's just a joy. And she's worthy of it. She's worthy. She deserves all of that.
Come on, that is so dope. And look at their family right here, you guys. Like it's a lot of them. It's a lot of
That's my Brady bunch.
A couple years ago, because these ones are real big now. And this one right here, he's bigger than Marcel.
Yeah. They're all almost bigger than Marcel. Even the one that Marcel has his hands on, he's just as tall as Marcel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a beautiful family.
Yeah, we're actually taking family pictures. My ex-husband, Lauren T.
Shut up.
Yeah, we're doing something for Father's Day. So we're going to take pictures with Amala. Yeah.
With the ex-husbands too?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is amazing, because you're not doing it for you. You're doing it for the kids so that you could have happy, whole, and wholesome kids.
Yeah. And you know what? It is for me too, because it's a joy. It really is to be an example that blended families can exist. You don't have to hate her. You don't have to hate him. We can all get along, and we can respect each other's lane. So when Lauren calls and she needs to get on the phone with Marcel, have a conversation. I don't need to be involved. Sometimes he calls me and be like, Shari, I need you to help me with da-da-da-da-da. I mean, Lauren's husband and me and him is talking, and we're working on some stuff on the side, so
wow.
It's just I mean, we're family.
That is amazing. So let me ask you this, because I know you have your kids, your sister's kids, taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
So that's your son, those are your nieces. What do you plan on doing, or why is it important that you have your children involved in the business?
You know what? This is an empire that we're going to have to pass on. And my son now, he's over all the financials.
What?
Yes, he runs everything. Yeah. He actually was the one, him and my sister, and I would say it was him. My sister just got a new car. He made the deals, got the cars, made the contract, made sure that we had a good deal. He did.
Is he 20?
Yeah, he is 20. Yeah. He's 20. I flew down there, Constance. I didn't have to do anything. I got out the car and all I had to do was walk in there, sign the paper. He did everything. He runs everything. Yeah. And then my nieces, they run all of our social media. They're in the marketing department. They're making sure they're talking to all the PR people, all the magazine people. They're getting them what they need. They're sending out products to people. So yeah. And then Brianna's back there. I've been doing her hair since she was 11 years old. She's right behind my sister. Mm-hmm. And so she's like a kid. She's like my little sister, but she's been working with us ever since. And so, and then the other girl is the twins' best friend, and she's no longer with us, but yeah, we're family. Everybody in there. So we're doing it for them.
So where the boys going to fit in? And then you have another niece that's going to like Yale,
Princeton. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Caitlin is going to Princeton.
So what are the other kids going to do? How are they going to be a part of it?
We're gonna figure it out. We don't know, but I'm sure when the time comes, they're gonna have a slot because this is just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and this is why it's so important because you can't pass a job to your kids, but you can pass a business to them. And I really want people to think about this. They don't have a brick and mortar. They have a brick and mortar where their salon is, but they're doing this business all online, and they made $2.5 million in the first year, started during COVID, online. These are things that you can do too. Mm-hmm. Think about what you love. Think about what you love and execute on it. Because I'm telling you, if God has placed something on the inside of you, if you don't do it, and He's gifted you with it, it's gonna get done. God's gonna get done. It just might not be by you. Capitalize on it. And just because somebody else is doing something similar, how many shampoos do we got out there? Like how many, hair growth treatment systems do we have out there? But theirs is different, and they still were able to garner $2.5 million in sales and get in Essence. When she got, I was like, Essence, I've been trying to get in Essence for the last 10 years. That's gonna come out in a year, got in Essence. But I just think that is so amazing, and it speaks to you not. Did you finish school? Did you finish college?
No, I actually had about. First, it was like 12 units ago. Now I'm sure it's more, but no, I didn't finish.
She didn't finish college.
My sister did. My nieces did. I didn't finish.
Yeah. I mean, and then, having a salon, which people think is supposed to be a hustle or a side hustle, and turning that into a multi-million-dollar business in and of itself. Let me tell you, because Shari hit me, I think in 2017, and she was like, she sent me her 1099. She was like, Constance, I need some investments. Because that's how much money she was making just in doing hair. And I think that was just like the square. That wasn't even wasn't even cash. Right? That's the stuff that you have to report, right? Because that's the money that they show. Yeah. So this is from a salon, and I know that you said that like a lot of salons do make money, but a lot of salons don't. A lot of people don't know how to run businesses. So don't take that for granted, Shari. That is not something that everybody knows how to do. Yeah. Just because they hustling and they, just because the people are successful, there's a lot more that aren't. So,
and that's my goal, is to teach other hairstylists how to do it. And it doesn't matter. I have over 35 salons on my boulevard. When one of my good friends, actually Tracy, was looking for a place, I told her to come on Elk Grove Boulevard because it's cheaper over here. And she's one of the top hairstylists too in Sacramento. No one else is your competitor. Because guess what? You're going to stand out. I stood out for the healthy hair care program. That's it. That's how God stood me out. Yeah. And I have people flying in from Chicago, New York, Washington, driving up from the Bay Area, Oakland, San Jose.
You created your own lane.
Yeah. So I don't worry about what nobody else is doing. I'm focused on what I'm doing.
What you do.
That's it.
Shari used to do my hair, and I was like, is everybody that get their hair done here a CEO? Like, people, they pay to get their hair done. It is not a game, but you created something that is valuable to people. Like, it's something that, and people continue to come back, and they continue to come back, and they continue to come back, because obviously you're doing something that's actually creating a change in people's lives. But not only that, Shari, the disposition, the salon, the way you have your have everything running, the spirit in which things are. you just create a safe space for people to come and just be.
Yeah.
And that's important. If you sit there and do women empowerment meetups at your salon, I mean, that speaks volumes.
Yeah. And invite them to my home. Because this is God has put me over the seer over this house.
Mm-hmm.
But this house does not just belong to me. It belongs to everybody that come into my path. And so that's why I hold events here. I told God, when you give me this house, I promise you, I got denied 10 times.
I remember.
10 times. 10 times.
I remember.
I
and
said,
she made that thing happen.
I said, if you give this to me, I promise you, we have had people baptized in my pool. We have had church here. We have had politicians. They came here and talked about what they're going to do in our community. I mean, you just gotta listen to what God has called you to do and do it. That's it.
I know the last time you were on my show, I know a few people had started coming to you, but I know one of the ladies, she was like, she even let me in her house. I even got to come because I think when you guys closed down, I think you put a one of those mini houses on your land.
Yeah, I have a tiny house.
Tiny house, yeah, those a tiny house, and then you put a salon in there.
I already had a salon in my back house.
Oh,
and I have like a little pool house over there. Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah. And some people that was on the program who needed to take their hair out, then I had to take it out there. But yeah.
Y'all, you was essential. Trust me, y'all. Hair is essential.
It is.
It is not a game, especially for Black women. I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you get off. We're hitting right about an hour, but I want you to just well, first of all, I want everyone to make sure they go to flynubiancredit.com, sign up for how to get your credit right. We're going to do it on the 12th, and we're going to help you to improve your credit score, hundreds of points right there on the spot. You can ask me questions and all that stuff. So make sure you go to flynubiancredit.com. But Shari, you're so inspiring. You're so encouraging. You are one of my mentors and people that I look up to. I just love everything about you. I love everything about what you're doing. And I remember, I remember when you rolled up to the house, I think it was New Year's Eve or something. You came, I think she always has luxury cars. Like she said, she ain't new to this. She true to this. Like she ain't no PP to get no Bentley. But I think you had like a black, some kind of SUV. I don't know. I'm not into cars like that, but they was like, that looked like a presidential car. I think it got bulletproof.
The Escalade.
Yeah, they was like, I think that got bulletproof windows out there. I was like, I didn't even know. But you've always been like ahead of the curve, and you've always been, on the move. And but more importantly, you've always been an encourager. You've been someone that's inspired people. You were out on stages just telling your story to people. Just a little girl from South Central L.A. that God chose. But you heard his call and you answered, and then you've been so inspiring to so many. Just give us some last words on, things that we can do to really improve our lives, or, just something that we could take away from today.
I would say sit quiet with yourself and figure out what it is that God wants you to do. Because sometimes we can get busy doing all the things that we think we want to do, and it's not really our passion. And when God gets you busy doing what he wants you to do, the sky is completely the limit. And stay true to yourself. I remember at one point I was altering who I was to fit in different groups, especially in some of the groups I was telling you about. And I wasn't being my authentic self. Yeah, I wasn't really being my authentic self. Yeah. But being true to who you are, listening to God, and I'm telling you, the sky is the limit. Let those naysayers go. Sometimes you got to clean your circle and speak life. Speak life to your money. Speak life to everything.
But I love what you said earlier was that the universal principle about speaking into existence, it works no matter who you believe in or what you believe in, what your religious background is. It works. You speak abundance over your life, you are going to have abundance. You speak death over your life, you're going to have death. Tupac said, I'm ready to die. No, Biggie said, I'm ready to die. What happened to Biggie? He died. Tupac talked about death all the time. What happened to Tupac?
He died. Nipsey Hussle said that his own folks was going to kill him.
What happened? His own folks killed him.
I was just talking about that. You have to be careful what comes out your mouth. And when those things come out your mouth, you got to learn how to take it and rebuke it and take it back because it's serious. I was just saying, if you think about all those people that have died, they spoke their death before
Lisa Lopez. Remember when about a month before she died, all she talked about was death.
It's a preacher. My husband listened to this pastor, and he said that they're going to kill me for telling the truth. They're going to kill me for telling the truth. This pastor ended up dying.
Oh my God.
Yes, he died. And I had to show my husband, like, do you realize that he spoke his death, even though he knew the word? He didn't understand that principle. He didn't understand the power of the words, of your words. So that's so true.
And that's why affirmations are so important, because whether you believe it or not, the words that are coming out of your mouth, you are speaking them as though they already were. You're speaking life over your life, or you're speaking death over your life. Either way, whether you say it is or it ain't, it's going to be true. And so I love that you said that, because people need to understand, you speak in abundance over your life, Shari. That's the reason why you're so blessed abundantly. But it's nothing if you don't have some core principles and core values to undergird that, because you can't replace money with peace
and joy and happiness. That's why it's so important for you to do the inside work. It's important for you to get in there and take care of those wounds, those things that's making us angry, those things that's making us work and react out of our hurt and our pain.
Yeah,
man, it's so important. And I wish I would have learned this in my 20s, because I think my 30s and my 30s would have been better. But I'm grateful now that I'm now in a place to where I'm happy. I have fulfillment. I have wholeness. I am true to who I am. And I'm making money at the same time. So.
But you know what, though, Shari? We get it when we're supposed to get it.
Yeah.
We get it when we're supposed to get it. Right now was the absolute right time that you were supposed to get it, so that you could have it, so that you could spread it. You are mature enough. People listen to you. You are a pillar of the community. You are doing all of these things to pour into people's life. Right now, this was the time that you were supposed to get it. Amen. So I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. And I know you're going to continue to do the work. I know you're going to continue to pour into people. It's cool that you did $2.5 million in sales on that. It's cool that you're making $1 million or more a year on your in your salon. But it's even better that you're able to pour into others and give back to others. Like I said, y'all, in the beginning, I went to her 40th birthday party. What are you, 41 yet?
I just turned 42. Well, January.
For your 40th birthday, she was like, "I don't want you to bring me no gifts. I want to give gifts to other people. I want to give you awards for people who've poured into me. I want to give to you." And that's just how she is. She ain't doing it for no kind of accolades or no awards. She really felt it from her heart. And that's how she lives every day. And that's the reason why that's the reason why, if you follow her footsteps, these principles, give, speak, don't be, be humble, and you'll receive everything back to you. So thank you again, Miss Shari. Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you. Sorry for all the interruptions.
It's all good. Shari, where can they find your healthy hair care program?
dghair.com, dghair.com. If you want to come in for a consultation, you can come into go to Instagram. I am Shari Wilson. I am Shari Wilson, or 916-686-5030, LA salon or Sacramento salon.
Okay, and then how do they see your podcast?
It's on YouTube. Level Up with Shari Wilson. I'm actually starting back next week. I'm so excited, and I'm
gonna be on there too.
Yes, I want you on, and you can find all the details at I am Shari Wilson.
Perfect. You guys, it was
and I'm having a vision board party soon. So
okay,
I'm having another vision board
party.
Is
it going to be virtual, or is it going to be in person?
It's going to be in person. Thank God. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We're doing a grand reopening at the Co-op spot on June 26th. So I want to make sure that you come. No, June 25th. It's going to be on a Friday from 6 to 9. So we've been doing all kind of events over there, Shari. So when you're ready to partner with us and do some of your events, it is open.
I'm ready.
We're doing a lot of stuff over there. So I'm excited. We got the auditorium and all the other things that we're doing. Remember you told me, Shari's the one that told me to put together the podcast studio. So we have a podcast, we have a whole media room. So we have a podcast studio, we have a photography studio. So we have all that stuff. And then we have the classrooms, we have the auditorium where we can have larger events, libraries.
You just killing it, Constance.
Well, shoot, no, COVID. But I'm happy that we're opening back up and that we're able to, start having events because, we, like you, we weren't as blessed as you. We opened up our co-op spot in March. We were shut down in March. Yeah. So I'm grateful for the PPP because that helped sustain and keep our business open. You didn't have to use a PPP. You had a product that was able to sell during COVID. And I think that's great. But, we're coming, we've come back and, we coming back with a vengeance. So I'm excited about it.
And don't get me wrong. The people, I did get it for the salon because we was shut down, but I wasn't wasteful. I didn't go buy all this materialistic stuff. I was actually using it for, what we're supposed to use it for. So
that's right. That's what it is. Thank you, Mama. I appreciate you being on. All right.